We've seen this happen too many times now, and the same is happening to the Makeup by Mario brand. What I'm talking about making a franchise out of a product. What we're witnessing is basically like in TV when a movie becomes a franchise. The sequel uses the same name of the first movie we all know and loved, but the soul of the original movie is kind of lost. We have noticed this a lot of time. Think of Urban Decay naked palettes, which started as true naked palettes, which means that they were thought for everyday scenarios with more muted colors and eyeshadow that you could wear both at the office and at a dinner on a date just as well, and then became this like naked cherry palettes. Now, moving to the side the fact that everybody has a different definition of what is a naked or an everyday look. For example, I love the naked cherry. I used to wear it all the time. I wish it would come back. Am I the only one? The same thing is happening to Makeup by Mario. Too Faced also does this. It used to, now it's doing it with the Candy Crush line. They came out with blushes, and now we have whipped lip and cheeks products. Charlotte Tilbury, Pillow Talk, of course. It's not even the same shade anymore. And now this. So Makeup by Mario, of course, came out with the Ethereal Eyes Nature palette, and in my opinion, we don't have anything of the original here except the name. If the packaging was different and the name was just a nature palette, nobody would have complained about this, in my opinion. And yet here we are. We just want to make products that have the same name as other products that did really well and sold out everywhere, because we think that the product name is gonna get recognized and it's gonna bring in sales, but we're not producing, in fact, the same product. So today I'm gonna be using on my eyes this new Ethereal Eyes Nature palette and the original Ethereal Eyes, just Ethereal Eyes palette, and you're gonna let me know which one do you think fits the name of Ethereal Eyes more. But I think we all have a clear idea by now. Everybody's doing videos about this new palette. I have already tried it, and let me tell you, I went bold with this. I did a smoky look with this burgundy color, and I was so disappointed because it looks so pretty, but on my eyes it's just a very deep brown, and it has no sparkle at all. It's just a satin shade. I wish it had at least some shimmer like the other shades, not even the same shimmer as the first one, just some shimmer. I wish it was multi-dimensional, but it's not. So since we're here, I'm just gonna watch all the shimmery shades, because I mean the mattes in this eyeshadow palette are even better, in my opinion, than the original Ethereal Eyes palette mattes. I even have one video, like when this Ethereal Eyes palette came out, I did not love it. I thought these shimmers were nothing new, nothing that the Asian market didn't already have, and the mattes were very muddy, like they all leaned to the very same shade. I still do believe that, by the way, but I've now learned to appreciate more that type of like one shade looking type of look. These are the shimmers in the Nature palette, and I would classify them as more like a classic metallic shades, and these are the shimmers in the original Ethereal Eyes. I mean, we can compare them, but the first three in the Ethereal Eyes are pretty ethereal, and these do not have anything to do with this. Overall, I like the new palette. I just think they are basically riding the wave of the name and the fact that it was sold out everywhere. But let's apply one of these to the eyes. What I like about this new palette is that the overall vibe we get from it is that it's more warm leaning. However, they are not so warm that a cool toned skin type like me cannot wear it. Like if I wear warm tone eyeshadows, they look orange on me, and this does not go into orange town. instead it still looks a bit warm, but it leans a bit more neutral, so they are actually wearable for me. So I'm gonna start with the cream shade, which has some shimmer, by the way, and they do put these shimmers in the mattes to make them blend better. You're still gonna look like you're wearing a matte at the end of the day unless you pack this on. As you can see, yeah, that did nothing on me apart from like smooth the canvas. And I'm gonna use different shades from the one I used while testing this palette. So I'm gonna use this shade here, this like brown with, it's a light brown with some yellow in it. I'm gonna use it as my transition color. So as you can see, it has some yellow, but it's not too warm on me. It still does look like a camel beige, but I can appreciate this color. You can say anything about Makeup by Mario, but he is a makeup artist at the end of the day, so he does understand how colors work. And I think that it was a very smart move for him to come out with a warm leaning palette that is not too warm, because it was missing like a warm leaning palette in this Ethereal Eyes line. What I don't really love about these yellowy shades is the fact that they really emphasize the yellow and the green in my under eyes, but who cares? So as you can see, that took me like 2 seconds to blend. I was yapping in the meantime, but it truly is effortless. I really love the mattes in this palette. I cannot stress that enough. And then I'm gonna pick up this, basically the deepest brown in this palette, just a tiny bit to create some depth. And here we go, just as easy as that. You know, what I was hoping for this palette was to have, of course, the same quality as the original, but specifically because I think these are great colors for the holiday season, and I would have loved like to bring this with me during the holidays when I go back to Italy, but I don't know. I don't know if I will. And for the shimmers, I think I will go with this bronzy shade here. Just use my finger for it. I can feel just by touching these shades and having touched this the original Ethereal Eyes ones, that these are different. Oh, that fell on my face. This is something that also happened with the Ethereal Eyes, the original one, and it's something that I didn't love about it. You should use a glitter glue, but can you see the shimmer here? In this shade, I mean, I can, and it's pretty, it's softer, it's a whole different vibe from the original, and we can appreciate that. Like, not everything needs to be in your face glitter. Just don't promote it to me as an Ethereal Eyes palette when it has nothing to do with it. So if I want to amp it up, what should I use? I think let's try this more like warm shade. All of these have like gold shimmer to them. Yeah, so basically it's the same shimmer, different base color, so it's not really adding anything. The good thing about the original was that you could have like your base shades and then amp up your look with these shimmers, but here it's just all blends into the same thing. Now, this is a pretty eyeshadow look, and I will finish it because I feel incomplete without the under eyes. And I think this has been like the whole feedback from the whole makeup community. The whole makeup community is saying the same thing. So I hope that you will use this feedback for the next one, because let's be honest, I think there will be a next one next year. And this is as limited edition, they say, as the first one, but I don't think you should run to get this as much as you had with the first one. I'm gonna clean up my brush with my Sigma switch, and I'm gonna go into the original Ethereal Eyes because I should use this more. It's using this nature palette has made me feel nostalgic towards the first, so I'm gonna try to create something that is very close to this. Of course, the undertones are gonna look a bit different, but it's just to compare the two. I'm gonna pick up this cream shade to use as a base. These powders have more kick up. Yeah, I do think the reformulation of these mattes was a great thing, a great move. I don't think reformulating the shimmers was a good move. So you see this shade is a bit deeper than the first one I used in the other palette. And then I'm gonna use the most like yellow leaning shade here, which is this like beige here in the third row as transition. And see how I think that this palette, like the second part of it, like the second half, was even more warmer than the nature one we have. I mean, I still think we're gonna get something really similar. Yeah, I think we are almost there basically. And then to deepen things up, I'm gonna pick up this corner shade here, which seems to be always a brown. I need to actually verify that because I also have the Moonlight palette here. Yeah, so the corner shade always has this type of deepest shade. And by the way, the shimmers here, I would say also are of the same type as the new nature. So we had this serialization of these palettes since the very second one I came out with. Yeah, so these mattes they wanna do their thing more, like they wanna blend and spread. They are more difficult to control. I'm also doing the lower lash line as I go, just easier. And now for the shimmers, which is gonna completely change the look of this. I'm gonna pick up the bronziest one, which I think is this golden one. I didn't love this a lot. Well, it's basically the least used shimmer in this palette because it's too gold for me. I mean, can you tell the difference like immediately upon application? Oh my god, so pretty. I really should use this palette more. Yeah, I mean, on this high, we're done with the nature one. I need to be really close and I need to have the light hit at a certain angle to see the glimmer. And this just radiates light. I'm also gonna use the like neutral looking like baseless color topper and just add, yeah, it's not adding any base color, it's just adding shimmer. At the contrary of this look where we just added different base colors with the same type of shimmer, we are using here this different colors, transparent base almost, but a lot more shimmer of different types because now I have gold and like whitish colors. At the end of the day, these are both very pretty palettes. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other because I think it comes down to personal preference. I've read a few comments under these like review videos and I noticed that some people are actually happy that the shimmers are the way they are in the nature palette because not all shimmers need to be super glittery, and I agree with that. I think the thing that we are most like angry, if you can get angry over makeup, I mean, you did spend money on it, but at the end of the day, it's a luxury, it's not important. But the thing we're angry with the brand for is the fact that this palette is being marketed as the same as this original palette when it has nothing of the original palette. It has different mattes, even better mattes. It has completely different shimmers. Someone that loved the original Ethereal Eyes palette and bought the new Ethereal Eyes palette, the nature one, because of the name, thinking that they would get something of the same quality, which in just a different color story, is gonna be disappointed. I don't want to call it a scam. I think they're gonna be disappointed, and that's all we want in makeup. Clarity from brands. I forgot what I was saying because the door rang, but I think my point is clear. I just wanted to record the outro for this video, and thank you for watching this. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this Ethereal Eyes palette, if you got it, and if you think that it's not fair from Makeup by Mario to call a completely different palette something that is very similar and that is probably gonna fool people into believing that it's something that it's simply not. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe. It takes only 1 second. It's free and ouch, it really helps. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!